Chris, you're being fairly quiet from an ICCA point of view.
I'm listening. Bronwyn says that we can learn.
The association value that you bring, though, with your International Conference and Convention Association.
Okay, ICCA is an association that, it's a trade association that whose members are actually suppliers to the industry, as you mentioned before. We hold a database of approximately 12,000 association meetings that rotate all over the world. So our members join ICCA for various reasons. One, to have access to this association database. Second, to actually have access to our marketing tools. We have fantastic marketing tools. And third, for the networking opportunities that we have during various education events that we run throughout the year, including events that we run at IMEX, at EIBTM. Our Congress is usually attended by over 1,000 people. We bring a lot of value in terms of propagating the amount of business that is there. But unfortunately, our membership is a very restricted membership because it's people that are only interested, well, they're not only interested, but that are interested in the association business. So if you don't have a long-term interest in the association meetings business, it's not really something that you wouldn't be a member.
You had some figures, I understand, on the size of potential international events that could be coming to South Africa right now.
Yes, our database is updated on a daily basis. This morning when I opened a website, it actually showed that we had about 4,900 and some meetings, potential meetings to come to South Africa.
And these are large-scale associations that hold
meetings,
conferences around the world.
The minimum, the requirements for the associations to become part of our database, they have to have the meetings have to have a minimum of 50 delegates. They must rotate regularly in at least 3 countries. So all the meetings that are there, but there are meetings for 100 people, for 150 people. There are meetings for 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 people. It depends on obviously the size of the association.
And you say you've got just under 5,000 looking currently at South Africa.
Potentials for South Africa. These would be associations that rotate in Africa or worldwide, but would come to South Africa. If you look at others, I mean, if you look at general, we would have over 12,000 meetings in the database. The other thing is interesting was that in the ICCA database, the meetings association meetings that were held between, in the last 5 years, actually up to 2012, for 5 years before that, were worth the equivalent to about $54 billion US. Those are the association business for 5 years that were there. And this is only the ones that we've got in the database. There's a lot that we don't have in the database. We have 2 teams of researchers, one in Kuala Lumpur with 7 researchers and one in Amsterdam with 7 researchers. And all they do is try and look for new associations to include in this database. And we know that there are meetings that we don't have there.
How do you help capitalize those meetings into the Southern African environment?
Well, the thing is, at the moment we've got the convention bureaus, all the convention bureaus are ICCA members, and they are going full force after those meetings. So obviously we have the big convention centers are all ICCA members as well. They also go after those meetings. So we're actually winning quite a few of those bids to bring them in, which is actually quite nice.
You mustn't forget that it's very competitive, indeed.
Of course.
And the members in this country, the ICCA members of this country...
You don't mean there are convention bureaus that would discount their rates, Helen, surely?
Sorry? No, it's a long-haul destination to start with.
Of course.
And there's fierce competition.
I
and
understand.
Some of the offers that are made in other countries for the same slice of that business is phenomenal.
Fairly cutthroat.